Living sustainably is living simply. We are going to go through what most people think is impossible. My name is Richard and I run the Terraform Homestead. I've been living off-grid for over 4 years now and living the tiny house lifestyle for almost a decade. Now at 32, I am completely debt-free. Own my home, own my homestead, live completely off the grid, make my own power, water, shelter, everything. With housing cost, food cost, with everything going up and up and up in price, the only way to achieve financial independence is to live a simpler life that is more sustainable and more affordable. This video, we're getting into how you can do that in the different stages that you will be at as you go through your homesteading journey. With everything in homesteading and life, there is a trade-off, a sacrifice to different things. You're not going to be living a luxurious life for a while, but live the way most people won't for a few years so you can live the way most people can't for the rest of your life. That's something that was ingrained into me when I was working late hours on my first tiny house build and so stressed because I had no idea what I was doing and thought I was throwing all my money away on something that would not succeed. When I moved to this property, we had nothing. We had a little tiny house that was broken and the rats infested it immediately because the whole back wall opened and there was just not a way to keep them out. One of the big things to consider if you're considering living a simpler life or going the homesteading route is what I like to call the time, money, knowledge triangle. So you have 3 factors that go into any build, and it is money, time, and knowledge. The more money you have, you can just buy something right out, no problem. Get it done, get it delivered, and move in that day. Most people aren't in that situation, so you're going to be needing a little bit more time or a little bit more knowledge to get you to your end goals. Luckily, I am here to provide some of that knowledge for free for y'all because I love sharing this content and I love helping people achieve financial independence. So if that's the kind of content that you are appreciative of, be sure to hit that subscribe button because that helps us a lot in the algorithm and getting this content out to more people. The route I ended up going down was purchasing a $3,500 1992 RV. It is a piece of junk. It was not comfortable to live in, but it was a shelter to stay out of the wind and out of the rain in the middle of January when I purchased the land. I think the RV or a car or van life situation is a great way to get started. Most people already have some sort of a vehicle. Maybe you can trade that vehicle out for a truck or a van or something that you can build a simple bed in a camping situation. So that will get you through your first 6, 8 months, 8 months, year, until you're able to save up, pay off the land, and get something that is a lot more comfortable. The other option that I could see fitting very well, and I know a lot of homesteaders do, is shipping containers. You can generally buy a 20-foot shipping container for $3,000 to $4,000, and you have a structure that is weather tight within a couple days. Again, not life of luxury, but enough to put a bed in, some shelves in, some basic amenities sort of things to at least get you started. And as time goes on, you can build up and get to nicer, more comfortable things. I think that is the through line of this entire talk is be patient, work hard, and realize that you're going to do this slowly because you're doing it inexpensively. That's all there is to it. With our next option on the list, we are going a little bit more towards the money, a little bit less towards the time. Still need a fair amount of knowledge to execute this properly, but it is my preferred way of building outbuildings and different structures very, very inexpensively using reclaimed materials, and that is cob and pallet structures. We have done both on our property fairly extensively and they've held up great. The pallets we source for free locally. The cob is just dirt from our land mixed with clay, sand, and straw, a little bit of water, and these structures are a good balance between really expensive, buy it new, have it delivered, and something like Earthbag, which will go into our next step, which is very labor intensive, but less expensive sort of thing. So if you saw our shop build video, we were able to build a beautiful workshop for less than $7,000 using this method. We basically take pallet boards, which are free generally, and fill them with a mixture of sand, clay, and straw to insulate everything, and you can build a structure like that. You don't need a big thing, a little 100 square foot shack, basically. Something, again, the goal is to keep you out of the weather, keep you safe, keep you somewhat comfortable to able to get at least a night of sleep, not to have the lap of luxury in living. The other option is Earthbag Homes. Earthbag Homes are extremely labor intensive, but they are very inexpensive. Our first build out here was our Earthbag root cellar. It cost less than $2,000 for the entirety of the build, and that was including our electrical stuff, which was about $500 of the $2,000. We use hyper adobe bags at this point, and I will leave a link below to where we get our hyper adobe bags. I find it to be a much easier, quicker way to build than Earthbag, but any Earthbag structure, cob structures, things of those nature are generally very inexpensive to build. That wraps up my top cheap dwellings to get started with homesteading. If you enjoyed this video or want me to do a deeper dive on any one of these subjects, please leave a comment below. That really helps me schedule out what educational videos I am making and what is coming out next. If you enjoyed this kind of content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Next week, we will be going into the other necessities of living off-grid, including water, electricity, food, sanitation, all of the things that you will need to survive and how to get those started inexpensively and what those tiers are. So, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more great educational off-grid content, I've got a few videos queued up for you right now. Go build something cool.